I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Oh, I'm blessed. Going out, coming in. So blessed. Oh, I'm blessed. Good morning and welcome to LU Live Church. And this is your live host, Reverend Dr. Donisia Palmer. Here we are another Sunday, and so grateful you could join me this morning. We are alive, and we have a very interesting topic here today. Struggling. Are you struggling? Let us start off. As the song we just heard, those few words, it says, I am blessed. Quite the opposite of the title today. And if you are struggling, I'm just praying right now that these words will bring comfort and will bring joy and cheer and encouragement to your life. Struggling, Struggling, but it's more than a word, isn't it? When we're going through it, it really does shake us up and pull us down. But unfortunately, I've got to say this. If you're struggling, stop. Yes, yep, stop right where you are and declare the victory song we've just heard. Declare those victory words. I am blessed. It is the medicine. Honestly, it is the medicine if you're struggling or have been struggling. I am blessed. Why not try that? I am blessed. Struggling financially? You see that S at the start of your struggle? Just take hold of it. Grab it tight. You got it? Now turn it upside down, outside in. That's right. That S right there is your answer. It's your money ticket because S in this instance means supply. God says, I shall supply all. In fact, not even shall. I supply all your needs. I supply everything. I am your supply. So get up, wipe your eyes. You have got what it takes. Use your energy to give thanks. You see, gratitude turn the dark clouds light. The struggle is about to be over. Use your S. Use the S in your struggle within and say within. Supply is right here. Say supply is within. Say not that I am poor. Rather let the weak say, I am strong. Rather let the poor say, I am rich. Oh, yes. That is what I am saying. That's what I'm talking about. Let the poor say, I am rich. Let those who are struggling say, I am blessed. Supply is within you. Supply is all over you. So you say, but I can't see it. Put on your dancing shoes and go dance around your house right now. Go dance around wherever you are. Call up a friend and say, my dice has just gone and brought up supply. Use your S at the start of your struggle. That S right there, SU, yes, is use it as fuel. Use it as fuel to set light to the dryness and the leanness. Say, God, my life, my supply, and I have got plenty. It's amazing how difficult it is for folks who have two eyes to see and have two ears to hear and a tongue to speak, how these very persons, they close their eyes to the truth and prefer to see only what they do not like or wish to see. They only hear what they wish to hear or what they do not like to hear and reject everything else as doubt and ridicule. They have a tongue, and yet they would use that tongue to lash, like a lash, to lash their own self. They use it to complain, they use it to curse, not anybody else but themselves. How do we curse ourselves when we say, I am poor, I am weak? That is a curse. And it's also a lie. Why? Because the I in any statement, okay, the I in any statement is life. It means life. It means God. It means the all sufficient one. So that is why you can use the S in your struggle. And that is why I say, stop struggling. Struggling, not knowing which way to go. Have you been struggling? Saying, I don't know what to do. I'm wondering what to do. Trouble on every turn. Again, I say, stop. You see, use that T, that trouble, and turn it around, because that T right there, that letter T, which is a second coming after S, you put it alongside the S in the fire and let it set alight and burn brighter. That's your trust ticket right there. Trust. Trust in the great law of the universe, the great love of the universe. Trust in the Lord. For with God, all things is possible. Like I said earlier, people choose not to see, they choose not to hear, and they choose not to speak those things that they they like. They choose perhaps to speak those things that they don't like, that they don't desire. But today you can turn that around. Let me stop here and ask you this question. So, if a person, we won't say you because that's like a bit offensive sometimes. If a person have been doing, or yeah, has been doing something and saying and listening like they have been, and they do not like the result, they haven't liked the result that they've been getting, they just don't like how things are. So my question, just help me here. If that person continue in the same way to do and say, and listen to the things they don't like, do you honestly think that such a person will get something else than the result they have presently? Exactly. I know exactly the answer you just said. They're going to keep getting exactly what they have because they're doing and saying and listening to exactly what they've been listening to. You see, if you put a apple seed in the ground, you do not get corn, do you? You get apple because it's about the kind of seed that you put in. And so we have got to, just as we've been advised, to turn it inside out, turn it upside down. Yes. So that is what we're going to do with your tea. That tea in your trouble, turn it upside down. Use it for fuel to trust in yourself. Open your life to trust. Trust that everything is going to be okay. That's right. Just like we're trusting that it's not going to be okay. That's why we worry. But the scripture and the song says, why worry when you can pray? Yes, trust everything is going to be okay. We have two choices, isn't it? Trust it's not going to be okay. Trust it's going to be okay. I'd go with it's going to be okay. It's more likely. It's more likely it's going to be okay. You see, it's half and half. You said it might not be okay or it might be okay. Well, do you know what? Let's go with it's going to be okay. Trust, right? So there we see we've turned that S upside, we have turned the T upside down to trust. We have turned that S into supply instead of struggle. We've turned it into supply. We're trusting. And then what comes next is that R, you know what, instead let's just use it right now and call it rest. So just rest in that promise. And let's turn that you also into unmeasured. So there's unmeasured supply. There is you can rest because you're trusting. And then you see those three G's. There is three G's in struggles. Well, I call those three G's God, grace, and goodness. So whether you say, okay, here you go, now you're going to turn it off because you don't believe in God. That's okay. So Whether or not you believe in God, it's right there. If you're breathing at all, and I call it life, that breath is the life of God in you. So, you can call it what it will, but those, you're calling struggling, but within that struggle is grace, goodness, and God right there. So use these three to command and counsel yourself, convince yourself out of the struggle. So maybe you're coming up to the L. Maybe you're struggling with loneliness. Hmm? How is that L in your struggle gonna turn it around? You can turn it around and add it to the rest, add it to the fuel. So now your life is really gonna be warm enough. You could say I'm on fire because that L is love. Love never fails. Come what may, love never fails. And I can hear some people saying right now, well, you don't know. That person might say, I love you. And then they change their mind or something happened, they walk away. But remember, and if you didn't know this, so it's not a reminder, maybe it's a new, fresh information. It is a person that changed and a situation that changed, but love itself never fail. Okay? It just never ever fail. You can trust that love, that life never ever will fail you. The truth is love remains faithful to you. Okay? And so use the L in your struggle, that L that, for now is your loneliness, to love yourself, to be your best company. Oh man, some of my happiest time is when I'm on my own, and happiness is with my people, with my peps, children and family and best friends and so on. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, it's wonderful time. But there are times and I'm on my own and I'm my own best company, my own best friend. You get some really good ideas. You just laugh out loud. Begin to love yourself. You see, some is struggling with that. They don't love themselves because why? There's the I next to that L of loneliness because of the identity. Their identity. They're struggling with their identity. Are you struggling with your identity? Are you having an identity crisis? Like, I don't know who I am. Who am I really? Well, let's turn that I inside out, outside in, and change the course of your destiny because that I in your death in your struggles, there's an I in your struggle. There's an I in your struggle. And that I is infinite. Yes, it's immortal. It's invincible. It is the invincible God. That's right. So no need to struggle here. Go to a mirror. I'm challenging you to do this next one. Okay, this is something you can do physically right now. So go to a mirror, grab yourself a mirror, and I challenge you right now, find that mirror, look in your own eyes, and say, I. I'm doing that right now. Just look in that mirror. A smile usually comes on my face because I do mirror work every day. When I approach my mirror, even sometimes I'm passing by the mirror, and it's just the familiarity of it. I begin to smile. It brings a smile to my face. But I don't know what you're sensing right now. Some people cannot even go to the mirror and look in the mirror, moreover, to speak to themselves or even to listen to themselves. But this morning, I would like you to look in that mirror and just say that word. Looking straight in your eye and say, I. Keep on looking and keep on saying, I. And see what that conjures up for you. Because that I is the God in you. It's the indestructible, invincible. And normally, I is invisible. Do you know why I is invisible? It's because it's so powerful. You can only see the I. I'm not talking about your two eyes. I'm talking about the eye of faith. Because I only see through the lens called faith. You see, that I that's essence of I can go anywhere. That's why it's invisible. Okay, it's the eye. It's the eye of the imagination. It can, well, I'm not saying it's going to go into a bank and break the bank and steal the money, but it can see. You see 10 pound in your natural eyes when you go into your account. You say, how much do I have today? You might see $100 or $1,000, and man, right now you need $2,000. With the eye, with the invisible eye, you're seeing, you're seeing 5 grand right there. You let's go away from money, and you're talking about health. You're looking, and you're sensing, and you're seeing stuff around you, but the eye in you, by using that lens of faith, sees the wellness, and it's grabbing it. It sees that certain area in the body, the heart, the lungs, the legs, the forehead that has got that pain. The eye is seeing that forehead is now, oh my gosh, there's just peace going across, just like a wind of peace, just go across the floor. They can see, they can paint pictures. Yesterday in Life University Life class, we spoke about that. We spoke about seeing it with in your conscious awareness, seeing. We talked about soul art, using that eye of faith to see and to make the impossible possible. You say that's only pretend. Well, I don't know what is greater, whether to see with the eye of faith or continue to see what you don't want to see. What is that? And we do that day by day, day in, day out, feeding and lashing us ourselves with, like getting a whip and actually cursing and whipping ourselves with words and thoughts and ideas we don't like. So time is moving on. I can go anywhere, can do anything at any time. Amen. You see, many are struggling with stuff from the past and fear for the future. That's a biggie right there. In the midst of your struggle is the greatest way out. You say, what? Now, this is a strange segment today. I don't understand this. That's right, because this is Fresh Thought Life Words. Seeing words and things the way you've never seen it before. And that's what people are scared of. They just want to hear and see things that you know. If you keep seeing and hearing things that you know, what does that mean? That's talking about stagnation. That means you're not open to learn new truths. But God isn't static. Life isn't static. In fact, you're not static. You might have been 2 years old, but now what are you? Are you 22, 23? Are you 53? Are you 83? Yes, life ain't stagnant. Not really, not how you think it is. But some people's thinking is. So maybe these are strange to you. You don't understand how we can see an N in a word struggle and then see that that is my greatest way out. Because why? That N in the struggle is represent the now. And in the now is the end of struggle. Oh my God, you gotta get a pen. Oh my. That's a 1,000,000 pound one right there, right? Okay. The greatest way out is that end in your struggle, which represent the now. And the now is the end of struggle. Now ends the struggle. The wait's up. There is power in now. There is power in the now. So be still. Be still means enter into the present. When we are still, we enter into the present. We use the word mindfulness. We become still. We allow ourselves to be still, and we become present, and we are present and in now. And in the now, you allow the struggle, the struggling. Listen to this. In the now, in the present, you allow the struggling to cease struggling. You get it? In the now, in the present, the struggling cease to struggle. I love it. And in the now, there is presence. And in this now, present presence, here is love. Here, I. Here is the I, that is God. Here is supply. Here is trust. And in trust, you let go because struggle is at rest. Here is peace, sublime peace. Your hope is refueled because here is grace, is God. Here is goodness, unmeasured. You thought I forgot the U, didn't you? That stands for unmeasured. Oh, there is nothing you desire or that is good, that is, or want or wish that anyone is keeping from you. So if you feel you're struggling today, go back, write these points down that you can see. S for supply, T for trust, for trust so you can let go. That R for rest, that U for that unmeasured substance. And those three G's there: God, grace, goodness, and of course, L is love. And that I is the eye of your faith. Oh my God, that I, infinite, immortal, indestructible, invincible. Thank you for listening. This is your life host, the Reverend Dr. Donisi Palmer, and this is your global spiritual community portal. Please pass this on to somebody, anyone you know that is struggling this way or have been struggling. To donate, go to the description box or straight onto PayPal and make your payment there or your gift offering to lulifechurch@gmail.com. I will repeat that. If you would like to go to the PayPal website and to make a donation, you can do that to lulifechurch@gmail.com or use the link in the description below, which will take you straight to the PayPal website. Thank you, thank you, thank you in advance. Thank you also for your wonderful, encouraging comments. It is always a blessing to me, and I'm sure to anyone else that has visited the site and read your comments. Leave us a thumbs up to let us know you've been here. And I wish you a wonderful week. And join me next time, same place, LU Life Church.